Arhalagan, Phaleron, Cathan Cannae, Ephesus, Sorin, and Lashanar have all responded to plenipotentiary messages from the Imperial Archmages. Every summit, each of the 6 Archmages has the ability to send a single plenipotentiary message to an Eternal. The winter solstice is no exception. In the months leading to the spring equinox, 6 Eternals have responded to messages from the Archmages. Some have agreed to a formal parley, and others have made different arrangements. Those Eternals who have agreed to meetings have specified the topics that will be discussed, and will most likely refuse to talk about other topics. Phaleron. The Eternal Phaleron will grant a parley at 11 p.m. on Friday night. At the start of the spring equinox, the Archmage of Day is Skywise Gralka. In response to a request from Archmage Skywise Gralka, Phaleron the Celestial Library offers a formal parley. It requests the presence of the Archmage of Day and the Urizen Egregor Menos an hour before midnight on the first night of the summit. The parley will take place in a chamber prepared by Phaleron that will be accessed not through the Hall of Worlds, but from the Imperial Regio at Anvil. In addition to the Archmage, Menos is invited to bring every member of the Urizen nation who wishes to attend. Only those properly bonded to the Egregor, and thus the Urizen nation, will be able to attend, but thanks to the nature of the portal and the Egregor bond, there is no requirement for any of those accompanying Menos to perform the Operate Portal spell. Phaleron is keen that every Urizen who wishes to attend the parley be able to do so, whether they be magicians or not. The usual rules of a formal parley, that the Archmage or their proxy shall speak and all others speak only with their permission, will be in place. Phaleron further formally withdraws the offers it has previously made to the Empire. It no longer offers the chance to create an emissary, nor offers its protection to the Anvil Library. Finally, the library requests that the ritual gift of knowledge not be placed in Imperial law, and instead asks that the Archmage of Day bring the ritual text with them when they attend the meeting, if at all possible. The Imperial Conclave, it says, has made it clear that they do not want these offers of aid, and that is its prerogative, of course. Lashanar. Lashanar opens the doors of the Caucus Forum at noon on Saturday. At the start of the winter solstice, the Archmage of Night is Alicia Thane of Urizen. A week before the spring equinox, a message comes to the civil servants associated with the Conclave. The Chatterer, guardian of the southern skies, keeper of the gates of wisdom, eater of silence, speaker in dreams, conscience of kings, loquacious Lashanar, will open the doors of the Caucus Forum to the Archmage of Night, the Imperial Consul, and one other during the coming summit. Within the Caucus Forum, the 3 Imperial diplomats may meet with the war chief of the Hiero clan and their 2 companions. The doors will open at noon on Saturday. The gibbering ambassador cautions that the law of peace lies upon all those who enter the Caucus Forum. Any violence by either party will be revisited upon the instigator threefold. Lashanar's retribution will fall upon the person themselves, upon the people for whom they speak, and upon the land from which they hark. Furthermore, as the meeting has been arranged with the formal request of the Archmage of Night, it will be considered a parley with all that implies if a party foolishly choose to break the law of peace. As with previous meetings, Lashanar does not hold with the idea that the Archmage alone determines who speaks and who does not. As such, while the meeting will be formal in all other regards, the Eternal expects that everyone there will speak as they wish. Before leaving, the emissary reiterates that this ability to invoke the Caucus Forum is now a permanent right of the Archmage of Night, as long as Lashanar is not subject to enmity. With this powerful magical tool, it is the hope of the Eternal that Imperial citizens may continue their excellent work, resolving differences with the power of negotiation, rather than with swords. Cathan Cannae. Cathan Cannae has agreed to a formal parley at 2:30 on Saturday. At the start of the spring equinox, the Archmage of Summer is Luke of the Shattered Tower. 2 weeks before the spring equinox, an emissary of Cathan Cannae, the Queen of Ice and Darkness, stomps out of the Imperial Regio and accosts passers-by until it receives directions to the hub. Towering over the humans and orcs preparing for the upcoming summit, the giant messenger brings words of its mistress, which it delivers at the top of its lungs to the first civil service it encounters, and half of the field. The Mistress of Blizzards extends an offer to the Archmage of Summer for a formal parley. It will take place at 2:30 on Saturday during the spring equinox. The Queen of the Amaranthine Glacier demands that the Archmage bring with them 4 very specific other individuals. First, 3 folk from Wintermark. 1 who has the respect of their warriors, 1 who has the ear of their senators, and 1 who has the voice of their magicians. Furthermore, each must be a representative of a different people. 1 Suak, 1 Calavesi, and 1 Steiner. Second, 1 person who can speak as a representative of the forces of Dawn and Verushka, who invaded the Druge territory of Ossium. Finally, to bring the number to an even 6, the Summer Archmage, or their representative, may bring a single other person of their choice. Everyone who comes must bring a weapon and, if appropriate, a shield. There is one other restriction. None of these people, other than the Archmage, may have served as a champion of Eleonaris or Jaehaerys ever during their life, nor may they be the current Master of Ice and Darkness, for similar reasons. This meeting shall be a parley, but on the understanding that at any time any member of either delegation may formally renounce the protection of the parley. During the meeting, as requested, the topics of conversation shall be the conflict between the lion and the unicorn, and the relationship between the Mistress of Blizzards and the Empire. Ephesus. Ephesus has declined an invitation to parley at this time. At the start of the spring equinox, the autumn archmage is Edmundo of Damaken's Forge. 3 days after the completion of the winter solstice, a peculiar figure appears at the hub in Anvil, with the body of a muscular human woman but the head of a bull. The creature wears loose robes in the freeborn style. Despite looming over all the civil servants it speaks to, its polite demeanour and cultured voice soothe everyone it speaks to. She reveals herself to be a professional courier from the city of gold and lead in the Autumn Realm, the city whose sovereign lord is Ephesus, the lady of the counting house. Ephesus declines a parley with the Archmage. The recent business with the incarceration of the Reckoner of Hours means that the wealthiest citizens of the city are likewise a little leery about directly dealing with the Imperial Archmage at this time. That is not to say that there will be no response to the plenipotentiary. Several specific offers have been prepared for the attention of the Autumn Archmage. Ahalajan. Ahalajan has declined to offer a formal public parley. At the start of the spring equinox, the Archmage of Spring is Sir Fabien de Miel. A fortnight before the spring equinox, an orc appears in the temporary offices of the civil servants at Lomar in Ossium. The figure claims to be an emissary of the Queen of all Spiders, responding to the request of the Imperial Archmage. It appears otherwise unfamiliar with and disdainful of Imperial customs and traditions. The Queen of all Spiders wishes the civil servants to tell the Spring Archmage that it has no interest in a public formal meeting, neither with the Archmage alone, nor with any Navarre. It does, however, want its emissary to confirm that it has received the message, understands its content, and will take the next logical step. Following that enigmatic comment, the orc simply turns on its heels and departs as quickly and unobtrusively as it appeared. Sorin. Sorin declines the request for parley. At the start of the spring equinox, the winter archmage is Sin Truthwalker returned. 3 weeks after the winter solstice, an emissary of the Tomb King comes to Anvil to speak to the civil service. It takes the form of a cadaverously thin humanoid, in ivory white armour. Sorin has received the request of the Archmage of Winter for a parley, but believes that they are labouring under a misapprehension. The hungry wolf has no interest in amity, and thus no interest in discussion about how the Empire might be convinced to bestow it. However, it does have some mild interest in what the Archmage hopes to achieve by securing that status for the Tomb King. As such, it will send an emissary to seek out the Archmage of Winter during the spring equinox, and they might discuss what has prompted this request for a meeting. This emissary will arrive in the Hall of Worlds at 6:30 on Friday evening. Here's a timetable for you. On Friday at 11 p.m, the Eternal will be Phaleron. His realm is day, and it is a formal parley, but the entirety of Urizen may attend. On Saturday at 12 noon, the Eternal will be Lashonar. The realm is night. It is the Caucus Forum meeting with the Hiero Warchief. On Saturday at 2:30 p.m, the Eternal will be Cathan Kane. She is of the realm of summer. It is a formal parley, but anyone may formally remove their protection under parley at any time. However, Ephesus of the realm of autumn, Halogen of the realm of spring, and Sorin of the realm of winter all decline parley.